A guy named Andre is relaxing on the couch during a party. He notices a girl named Ramona dancing nearby and starts thinking about how to get to know her better. His friend, Silviu, offers him a banana, encouraging him to approach the girl. Andre approaches Ramona to dance, but he leaves right away, saying he needs to use the restroom. However, he is shocked to find an unpleasant surprise in the toilet. As Andre is about to leave the bathroom, he sees Ramona waiting for him. Their moment is suddenly interrupted by another guy who loudly tells everyone about Andre's unpleasant surprise in the bathroom. Andre tries to lighten the mood and starts joking about it. A few days later, there's another party, and Andre, along with Silviu and their friend Alan, are relaxing on the couch again. His friends encourage him to try his luck with the girl again. Thanks to their support, Andre finds the courage to dance in front of Ramona. Meanwhile, Ramona is talking with her friends, saying she's never dated a guy with no experience in love. Eventually, she spots Andre and joins him on the dance floor. Later, she leads him into a room, pushes him onto the bed, and begins undressing while sitting on top of him. At that moment, Andre reveals his feelings to her, confessing his love and expressing his desire for a real relationship, not just a fleeting encounter. However, Ramona doesn't take his sincerity well, and eventually leaves the room, leaving him alone. The next morning, Silviu and Alan are angry with Andre because they think he ruined his chance with Ramona. A few days later, Silviu starts dating Ramona, and Andre suspects she's only doing it to make him angry. Suspecting something is wrong, Andre confronts Silviu, and a fight breaks out between the two. The argument escalates to the point where Silviu hits Andre, knocking him unconscious. After a well-deserved rest, Andre goes on vacation with his mother and meets Anemona, who works at the hostel. He compliments her by telling her she's the most beautiful woman in town, aside from his mother, which makes her laugh. Andre asks her out, but she laughs again and he walks away. However, she suggests they take a walk on the beach. That evening, they walk along the beach, and Andre begins to fall in love with her. But then, the girl tells him she has a boyfriend. Despite this, Andre doesn't give up and asks her for a kiss. She jokes that he has to earn it, so Andre starts singing for her, and they end up kissing. Later, Anemona takes him to her room, and they spend the night together. The next day, Andre dresses up to impress her, but when he sees her, she gives him the sad news that she's been fired because some coworkers saw a guy leaving her room last night. She tells him that her boyfriend will be arriving soon and that she doesn't think she and Andre can have a future together. On his way back, Andre receives a disturbing message from Ramona, stating that Silviu has hurt her. Andre is worried and rushes to her house. Upon his arrival, the two argue because Andre thinks Ramona still loves him and that she's with Silviu just to make him angry. Irritated, Ramona threatens to call the police if he doesn't leave. So, Andre, feeling sad, leaves. When he returns to school, everyone is angry with him and starts throwing things because Ramona made up a false story about him. When Andre gets home, his mother assumes that Ramona still has feelings for him because she sent him a text message. She also asks him about Anemona. Andre says he doesn't have her number, so he decides to look her up online. He calls the hostel where they were staying and says he found the girl's wallet and wants her number. After getting the girl's phone number, Andre calls Anemona and invites her for coffee, since he'll be in the area. She accepts and even offers to let him stay at her place instead of at a hotel. They decide to take a walk around the neighborhood and end up in the bathroom, where they get up to something shady. However, their intimate moment is suddenly interrupted by a security guard knocking on the door. Andre honestly admits what they were doing, and this leads the guard to punch him in the eye. The next day, while they're showering together, Andre brings up Anemona's relationship with her boyfriend, asking her if she's ever thought about leaving him. The girl, however, replies that she has no intention of leaving him. Shortly after, Andre is standing on the side of the road, wrapped only in a towel, trying to flag down a car for a ride. When Andre returns to school, he discovers that Ramona is spreading rumors that Andre is gay and that he's dating Alan. The next day, Andre spends time with Carla, an overweight girl who is the only one who still trusts him. They relax together and then do something fun. Carla goes to take a shower, but Andre quickly slips away. The next morning, when Andre wakes up, he finds Alan in his room. His friend expresses concern about a misunderstanding regarding their friendship that prevented Andre from talking to the girls the night before. They then decide to come up with a plan to allow Andre to go out with Ramona again. The next day, Andre changes his look, which makes him popular with many girls. Then he meets Ramona at a coffee shop. Feeling more confident in his new look, he approaches her and asks if she wants to watch a movie together. After that, he kisses her gently. Later at school, Ramona stays with Andre all day. Feeling overwhelmed by the situation, Andre turns to his friend Alan for support. They then decide to get revenge on Silviu for all the trouble he's caused. Together, they come up with a plan that involves Carla as well. They place flowers on Carla's desk along with a fake note from Silviu, in which he admits he wants to be her boyfriend. Carla believes it and accepts publicly. But things take a turn for the worse when Silviu abruptly rejects Carla, mocking her for her appearance. Angry and upset, Carla reveals to everyone that she was Silviu's first girlfriend, and she hits him. The whole class is shocked. That evening, Andre takes Ramona to the church roof, where they drink a bottle of wine together and make up, telling each other how good they are together. They kiss passionately, and Andre suggests going to Ramona's house. At first, she hesitates and compares Andre to other guys, but he reassures her by saying he's different, and they end up at her place. Before things can go any further, Andre tells Ramona that nothing will happen that night. In response, Ramona bites his finger. The next morning, when Andre wakes up, Ramona apologizes for what she did. She says she now wants to be his girlfriend. They then decide to start a serious relationship, officially becoming a couple. One day, while walking together, Andre and Ramona confess their feelings to each other, but Andre receives a message from Anemona, who is in town. Pretending he needs to use the restroom, he leaves Ramona and rushes to meet Anemona. He takes her to his house, where she meets his mother. Ramona calls Andre asking where he is and if they can spend the evening together, but he refuses. So she suggests they meet the following evening, but Andre refuses again. He tells her that he has started seeing another girl and that Ramona is becoming too clingy, ending the conversation. That evening, Andre realizes he has to choose between Anemona and Ramona. The fact that they are engaged in an enjoyable activity works in Anemona's favor, and in the end, Andre decides to stay with her. Later that evening, Ramona goes to Andre's house, enthusiastically expressing her desire to spend time with him. As they step outside, they are suddenly interrupted by a neighbor. Seizing the moment, Andre confesses his feelings for Ramona, recounting their early experiences. However, he admits that he has recently met another girl, which leads him to make the difficult decision to end their relationship. 3 years later, Andre has become a successful writer and is in a happy relationship with Anemona. One evening at a bar, Andre is approached by a familiar face, Ramona. They strike up a conversation during which Ramona admits that she often thinks of Andre even when she is with other men. Realizing where the conversation is headed, Andre tells Ramona that he is faithful to his girlfriend. However, when Andre tries to leave, Ramona insists on driving him home, telling him she's now engaged. Ramona tries to strike up a conversation with Andre, but he remains focused on his messages with Anemona. This irritates Ramona, who begins to drive recklessly. Eventually, Andre convinces Ramona to pull over so they can talk. Ramona confides in Andre, telling him about her problems stemming from a relationship that ended badly and resting her head on his lap in search of comfort. When Andre returns home, he is ready to talk to Anemona about what happened, but he realizes she is no longer there. On her computer, he finds a message from her announcing her departure, and this upsets Andre. Just at this moment of despair, the unexpected happens. He hears Andre's voice from the future. Andre begins communicating with himself from the future, discussing the possibility of changing the course of his life. This excites him at the idea of exploring new paths and getting to know himself better. After receiving advice from his future self, Andre embarks on a journey of self-discovery and begins to reflect on his past actions. At the party where he rejected Ramona, Silviu asks him if he now intends to go after her. Instead of answering, Andre gets angry and starts yelling at Silviu, even going so far as to hit him. During the argument, Andre hears a voice in his head reminding him that he could have acted differently. Andre then begins to reflect on how he could have changed his past actions. He realizes that he could have avoided approaching Ramona the night before. Andre looks at his past actions from a new perspective and is ready to make better decisions and create the future he desires. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thank you for watching.